So today I was just going to enjoy myself and play some Fallout 2 and just have some fun. But it turns out the hard drive in my old Pentium 200 MMX finally met its maker, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the hard drive actually, but something on the Windows install died. So it always gave me this garbage when it tried to boot. So I reinstalled Windows, but the drivers for the network card were not on Windows itself, so I didn't want to go find those. So I guess instead of fixing this like I should, I'll probably do a video. So I was recently given a whole bunch of 5.25" floppy stuff, such as Demon's Tomb right here, which is a text adventure game with some graphics. I also got Wheel of Fortune, Test Drive 2, and some System Control Manager, which does a couple cool things. I might do a video on that later, on what it actually does to your DOS prompt. I also found a bunch of really nice box software at a thrift store, such as Reader Rabbit and Writer Rabbit here. They actually do work and stuff. That's pretty cool. I also got Castles, which is a interesting game where you build a medieval castle, and you're the king, so you can do whatever the hell you want, which is pretty nice. I also got Flight Simulator 3, which is pretty interesting for the time. It's got 3D and space and time, I don't know. Then we got Write Writer, which is a grammar and style checker. I have no idea what it does, but it requires other software to use it, so I don't use it. Of course, what am I going to do with all this software without a 5.25" floppy drive? This is a 1.2 megabyte Mitsubishi drive. I sort of wanted a teak drive because those are kind of cool, but whatever. The price is right on this one, which is like 20 bucks, but it works, so I'm happy with it. The front casing is a little bit broken, as you can see on the right side. It's kind of jetting out a little bit, but I'm pretty sure some super glue along the line will fix that, because I use super glue to fix things. The kind of cool thing about this drive, when you eject it, it pops the disc out instead of leaving it in there for you to pull it out. Must be a newer drive because of that, but it's kind of a nice feature. And now I guess we're going to take a look at a couple of these games. I'm going to probably make a video for most of them down the line, maybe, I don't know. But here is Reader Rabbit, which is a pretty well-known game as far as PC goes. It's got 4 mini games. The first one here is Sorter, where you basically sort words based on one of the 3 letters there. See if all of them have an N, you bring them to the right. If they don't have an N on the first letter, then you trash them. It runs way too fast on my 486. Even though I turned the internal CPU cache off and I turned off turbo, it's still way too fast. This is the least affected of the mini games, really. Also, for some reason, if you push down when you're choosing the letter to match, it'll give you a bunch of garbage on the screen. I don't know if this is my copy specifically or anything, but that's kind of an interesting little... okay. The next game is Labeler, which you label certain things, unscramble little letters, and put them where they belong, like this log and the bat and the dam. This is the game that you'll notice that my computer's way too fast. It just kind of sounds derpy, if you ask me. So yeah, that's pretty dang basic, which obviously this game's going to be, because it's Reader Rabbit. The next game is Word Train, which I didn't really get right away. Basically what you're supposed to do is select the word that only has a 1-letter difference to the last word. Then basically you do that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you get bored. That's pretty much any of these mini games, really. And the last game on this game compilation of games is Matchup, which is pretty self-explanatory if you ask me. It's just matching stuff together and clear the whole board. And it's pretty simple. There's like a 4x3 grid. There's probably a lot bigger matchup games, more complicated, more minute differences, but it's a kid's game. Reader Rabbit is particularly memorable to me since our teacher had a bunch of 5160s in our kindergarten class. So every time we got done with an assignment, everybody used to race to those to try and play games on them because no one else had anything better to do besides color and draw, and then play games on old computers, which were pretty cool. They had the hard drives in that made the clicky noises and everything. Well, anyway, Reader Rabbit was one of the games that you could play on the ones with the color monitors. Yeah, you didn't want to get stuck with the monochrome MDA ones. You play text games like bowling or whatever the heck. But yeah, that's why it's interesting for me to get Reader Rabbit. Otherwise I've been like, what the heck is this educational bullshit? It's retarded, get it out of my face. Well, that's about it for this stuff. I'm not going to show you Rider Rabbit or anything because that one's not as good as Reader Rabbit, at least I think. But whatever, I might do some videos, or I might do a video on castles or something like that, because that game's kind of interesting. But that's about it for now with the 5.25" stuff. It's just pretty interesting to get a hold of some old tech like 5.25" floppy drives and hear the thing make its cranking noises and stuff, and try some really old stuff that's a little bit too old for even my old 486. That's really old. It's a lot of old. Well, anyway, see you later.